Hello my little droogies, how are you all doing? How goes the writing? It is day 16 of NaNoWriMo. I am right on track to meet all my writing goals, feeling very proud of myself. Today I wasn't really feeling up to any group writing sprints, so I just joined one of KRL's 2-hour-long Write With Me videos. That seems to be my go-to for when I just want to write on my own with no pressure. Then I wrote for a bit more by myself. I'd say I wrote for around 2.5 hours today, and I managed to write a total of 2,628 words. That is well over my daily word part, so that means that today I get another chocolate. Yay! I like chocolate. But I do not only get a chocolate, because if we update my word count now, 2,628 words, feeling very happy today, and now my total word count is 31,519 words. I have beaten 30k, and that means that now I get to open up my 30k reward. Yippee! Okay, so this is my 30,000 word present to myself. I mentioned before that this present is a book that I have been meaning to read for a long time, but haven't quite gotten round to it yet. As most of you guys probably know by now, I am a massive fantasy nerd. Fantasy is probably my favourite literary genre. I bought this book because whenever I look up lists of the greatest fantasy series of all time, this book is always right there, either at the top of the list or at least near the very top. Up there with Game of Thrones, The Name of the Wind, The Blade itself, all the great, most epic fantasy series you can think of. This one is always up there with the best of the best. So I figured I really need to read this series. Let's see if you guys can guess what book it is going to be. It is Gardens of the Moon from Malazan, Book of the Fallen. From what I understand, the series as a whole is very well loved, but this first book is like Marmite. People either love it or they hate it. I will admit I have made a start on this book already. I tried listening to it on audiobook, got maybe a third of the way through before deciding this is definitely not the kind of book that you can listen to on audiobook, not if you're reading it for the first time anyway. There is a lot going on in this book, a lot of characters, a lot of places, a lot of organisations, and for me personally, it's the kind of book where every few pages you come across a word that's like, it's familiar, but you can't quite remember what it means or where you read it. Like, someone will say, "Oh no, we have to go now, guys. The Varganoth are coming." And you're like, hold up, who are the Varganoth again? And then you have to look back through the whole book to find that one tiny passage where they mentioned the Varganoth like 20 chapters ago and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about those guys. I forgot they existed. I mean, this book gives you a lot of stuff to remember. So with books like this, I definitely prefer to have an actual paper copy where I can shove a bookmark in there while I quickly look something up or read the same line over a couple of times to make sure I actually understand it. Maybe for smarter people, an audiobook might work, but yeah, I am definitely too dumb to take all of this in audiobook format. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to reading that. What should my word of wisdom for the day be? I guess I will say, when you have reached a writing goal that you have been working towards really hard, reward yourself with a nice book. Books always make for such a great reward. People who love writing are almost guaranteed to love reading too. So get yourself a book that has been on your to-read list for a long time. You have been working really hard and you deserve to treat yourself. So I'm all done for now. If any of you guys have read Malazan, Book of the Fallen, please let me know what you thought of it, because I have heard it described by many as the greatest fantasy series of all time, and I want to know if you guys think that it lives up to the hype. So I will have to wait and see and write a very in-depth book review when I'm done. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow.